millionaires out there, Wendy Shea, and just to support the artists also, we have a cover, you know, for every single artist on there. Every single week we put their cover on there. You know, these are ways we, you know, bring visibility to what they're doing, because entertainment is about visibility and, yeah, putting yourself out there as much as possible. This aside, we have our MX Live Artist of the Month, and for last month we had Black Sheep winning. For the month of December, the nominees are Sarkodie, Sina Soul, Black Sheep, Wendy Shea, and Kim Promise. We can see what Sarkodie is doing with his album, Sina Soul New Music. Black Sheep, don't need to say more. Wendy Shea has a project out there, and Kim Promise has been touring like crazy. So all you have to do is visit mx24online.com/mxlive. And the thing is, if you want Black Sheep to win again, all you have to do is vote. He can win as many times as possible once he's nominated based off your vote. So if you want any of these artists to win, just let us know by voting at mx24online.com/mxlive. Very, very simple stuff. And digital, I have to give you guys big ups for this, because, you know, the way we're putting it out there, I'm not surprised you guys, we won. But I just thought, you know, Eddie's the type of guy who doesn't like to take compliments. He's very reserved. But, yo, let's give him a clap.
We're clapping for you,
well.
just allow us.
Come for the station.
For you, for your work.
Okay, so we got, what, 9 nominations at the RTP Awards?
9 nominations.
Were you surprised? Did you expect us to win some more?
I think that I was expecting us to win the Emerging TV Station of the Year. I'm surprised that our award went to 3 Music. It's actually surprising, because if you look at MX24 and 3 Music and look at the work rate and even the shows and number of things we are doing together, I think that award should have gone to us. But hey, it's a vote, and sometimes it's one of those things where the things you expect to happen don't happen that way. So I think the most important thing is that we are working hard.
Yeah, but 9 nominations.
Yeah,
that's dope.
That's impressive. I mean,
Prudent got 9.
Yeah, 9.
Your station.
Our station. Yeah, I think you're doing very well. And for me, aside the Emerging, I thought if we hadn't picked the digital channel, it would be very, very catastrophic. Because look, when you look at how many TV channels have especially digital shows, MX deliberately created digital shows that are not even on TV. So for me, I felt like we've been feeding the content. If you look at the number of engagement on our social media platform with Broken Pen, with Free Your Mind, and all these content you are putting out there, we definitely deserve it. So big ups to the team, big ups to the head of digital, big ups to everybody who has worked on the MX24 platform. Whether you are here or you're not here anymore, I think you deserve this award, and this belongs to you.
Yeah, man. You know, those behind the scenes, I've said and I say, you know, the lights, the camera, the action, it's not just up to us. You know, we're helped out so much with the content, the best way it's been curated. But, you know, the teams behind the scene, they make all this possible. So we've got a couple of videos, you know, from the RTP Awards. Check this out.
TV Discovery of the Year 2021-2022. George Quenin, TV3. Known for long, MX24 TV. Ohineba Sewa, RTV. Kweko Usu Debra, Pan-African TV. Oforiwa Oyo, MX24 TV. Esieduya Komia, Metro TV. Yaya Boa, Bright TV. Romeo Odro, UTV. David Ofori Osafo, Bongo de Farah, UTV. Ama Braco, Angel TV. Della Michelle, TV3. Dachi Inufuswachima, TV XYZ. TV Discovery of the Year 2021-2022. Television Discovery of the Year category is sponsored by Scenic Roots. Scenic Roots, fly exclusive.
And the winner is Oporiwa Oyo.
You're going to fill me up a little bit. She knows I'm not the mind, no. Give me your money where I get for. Maybe I go there for. Yo, you was my mind, cause tonight is the night I've been waiting for. Baby, tell me what you waiting for. Cause tonight is the night.
Good evening to you all. I want to say a big thank you to God Almighty. It's been 9 whole years, and getting recognized for the very first time, it means so much. And to everybody who's been part of my journey, to the entire MX24 team, thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations for you all, yo.
Digital TV Channel of the Year 2021-2022. Angel TV, TV XYZ, Pan-African TV, Homebase TV, DGN TV, Adum TV, Max TV, RTV, CTV, MX24 TV, Bright TV, Foresight TV, Digital TV Channel of the Year 2021-2022.
And the award goes to MX24 TV. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Congratulations, MX24 TV, Digital TV of the Year 2021 and 2022.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. RTP, thank you for this award. Thank you to God also. We're grateful to you, God, for everything. We want to thank our viewers for putting us out there. We really appreciate it. And this is testament to this is testament to all the hard work that we put in. All the hard work that we put in. To the team back at the TV station working, God bless you. Thank you, RTP.
Once again, congrats.
So that guy is called Jerome.
Yep.
He works with us.
He's MX24 servant.
Yeah. And he works hard, man. But Charlie, I just want to congratulate the whole team again.
Yep.
You guys do an amazing job. Keep doing the thing, keep doing your thing. And we're here to serve you guys, basically. I've always said we have an obligation, you know, to bring you quality content, the best discussions, like on the show. And yeah, we're going to keep doing our thing. But to the organization of the event, you were there.
I think that the RTPs we saw in previous years and the one we saw yesterday or in recent times, there's been a vast difference in terms of organization. You know, that I think that we all know RTP was more like the theme music of music.
It was the VGMA.
It was the so RTP is the theme music of VGMA. I don't know if you're getting me. So it means that we have the Ghana Journalist Association Awards, which is the big one. So that's just like the VGMA. Then we have the RTP. That is
Nice
like the
analogy.
music.
Okay.
You understand? And so I felt that yes, over the years, I mean, some years back, it was doing like it was the go-to award scheme because they were also awarding across board. Like there were some categories that are here that you won't find them in the DJ awards, GJ awards. So I think that yesterday, yes, people. I don't know if because there were a lot of events in town, the attendance wasn't so much impressive. People came, but then again, I think that those who had to win, and then the show continued. Yeah.
Okay, but I get what you're saying. It's good that there was some recognition, you know, because before I said, you know, she's been doing this for years, and to finally get recognized, these little things, they're encouraging. You know, I don't think awards are like validation as to whether you're doing well or not, but to get recognized, to get appreciated, you know, it's a big thing. So big salute to the RTP Awards, for the nominees, to everyone who voted and to everyone who continues to watch MX24GH. We appreciate you so much. And yeah, big congratulations to the whole team, man. Yeah, very big. Want to add anything?
Let me just use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to our board, the MX24 board, MX24 Media Limited board, who are taking decisions on our behalf always, to the CEO, to the COO, to our head of programs and content, Mr. Antoine Mensah, to all our managers, head of production, our head of digital, our head of host, our head of production, our MCR guys, our camera guys under the production.
MX24 is a vibe, man.
MX24 news team. I think everybody has been putting their effort, regardless of whatever is happening. We are all putting in our efforts. We are all doing more than 120% of what we are supposed to do. I think that's testament of what we want. And to everyone watching, Charlie, it's been you. All of you have been so instrumental in this journey. So Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Once again, MX24GH, every single platform. The hashtag is MX Live. Be a part of the conversation. And obviously, it's a Monday. Whenever you see Prudent here on a Monday, that means he's been out and about, you know, outsourcing, being to the flyest and the finest places. And the flyest and the finest place to be was the Wizkid concert.
Oh, the stadium, not the Wizkid concert.
Okay, was the stadium?
Not the
Wizkid concert. Okay. Corrected. I stand corrected. First of all, let me say, you know, to Wizkid and what he's done for African music, it can't be, what's the word, understated. He's done so much. Him, Sarkodie alike, Shatawale, Burna Boy, Davido, these artists, you know, they're really pushing the boundaries. And it's gone to the point where I believe certain acts, we put them in the same breath as the American act because it seems like that's the standard. You know, let's be honest. The American industry, just like the Hispanic, the British, these guys, we look up to them, so to speak, in terms of production, in terms of content, in terms of creativity. So to see acts like Wizkid and Burna Boy, Davido rubbing shoulders with them, it's impressive. You know, because these guys, they sell out MSG, they sell out stadiums. Look at what Casper Nyovest did years ago. You know, selling out a whole stadium. Now, the thing is, sometimes things don't go as planned. Yeah. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, artists miss events. And I'm saying for whatever reason because the artists are not the only ones who put together their show. They're event organizers. They have their own show. Sometimes you're a third party representing an event organizers, being part of a show. That's why we have headliners like Afrochella, Afro Nation. And it seemed like this was one such example. Wizkid was working in partnership with Live Hub, right? Other artists on there, like King Promise was supposed to be on there, Darko Vibes, Koji Manuel MC'd, so it was supposed to be a whole spectacle.
He had the most difficult job on the night.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a whole spectacle. Yeah. Just like Kiss Daniel missing an event, same thing happened here. And I've said, you know, when these things happen, as much as artists are to blame, because they're the face, everyone is attacking Wizkid. Granted, right? They're not the only ones who put together these shows. Logistics-wise, the event organizers, getting tickets out there. Now we see influencers. I even heard for this event, tickets were given out for free on the parts of influencers, you know, posting and stuff. Okay, so this is all just to say Wizkid didn't show up. He couldn't perform at the show he was billed at. The reasons are quite unknown now. He's come out to apologize. The event organizers have also posted a statement. But before we get to the reasons for what we know so far as to why they couldn't be there, Prudent, you pulled up. Eddie, you pulled up. What happened per what you saw on the ground, right? For those watching, for the fans who were there that can't speak, and please send us messages if you were there, right? Because the way I've said that, we have an obligation to you guys. The artists do, the event organizers do, because you guys pay to be there. You're actually sitting down to watch me right now, to talk about these things, because you have an interest, you know. You want to be entertained. So again, who wants to go first? What happened? What happened?
Because actually, Eddie was securing our tickets and with Jerome, our head of digital, and then the whole issue started from the tickets accessibility, where people were having difficulty even with the media houses.
So that was the first part of the problem.
Yeah. I think the first problem at the venue was ticketing, because before you get in was even a hassle. You understand? Before you would get.
But that means it was even before the event, because we got emails that you could get your ticket.
That's how I was even going to say that. So the events, the issues actually started prior to the day of the event. Or the event starting.
Okay.
I think the event was on Friday.
Saturday.
On Saturday.
You were supposed to
Friday evening. People were supposed to be receiving their emails with barcodes. Some did, some didn't.
Okay.
And a chunk of people did not receive that. And so what they said was that just come to the venue. When you come, because they had your emails and all that, they would give you access to it. And because probably some of the students who were there, also they told them to come. If you can give us your student email address, they were going to allow.
You think? Okay, let me ask you this. Things happen, right? Yeah. These are human beings working with technology, the internet, and all these things. But do you think this is excusable? Because the people have paid for this, right? Somebody doesn't want to go and stand at the gate and be checked and stuff. Is this understandable or again excusable?
Yeah. So I think that is not excusable. I think that we all have been given mandates to do or carry out attacks. I think that the party or the company that was involved is a third party. I mean, yeah, so I get an event, maybe I contract you to come and do ticketing for me. I think that they didn't do due diligence in terms that they didn't anticipate and project that things could go wrong, because we're in a system where the internet and systems always fail up. And so what was the backup plan? Because and you are dealing with numbers. Over 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 people you were expecting, because the stadium takes about 30,000, 40,000 people. And so let's even assume that 20,000 people were going to come for the event and they were going to fill up. What was the plan to send emails to, because emails were going to be sent to everybody, including VIP, Golden Circle, Platinum, VIP, Golden Circle, complimentary, and then general admission. So there were categories of ticketing.
Now this was the first. Now we're looking at this like, you know, I mean, I love angles and stuff, because I don't think it's fair to judge or to blame, even though what's happening on social media is happening. So, like I said, the artists are involved now, the organizers. So we're looking at the organizers first. Now this was the first problem, the first mishap, right?
Problem,
Okay.
And now even just there's even more. I mean, let's add up. The ticketing problem is not just even about the fact that people queued up to get the ticket. The issue was that at a point in time, there wasn't a communication between the security men and the event reps who were there to guide people.
How?
So, for instance, if you buy a ticket, you get a ticket and you are in the Golden Circle, which is a yellow armband, you get to a gate and you are told that this gate only allows people who are in the VIP, who are wearing green. Or this gate is for Platinum, who have theirs as ash thereabout. So the issue was that at that point in time, you are there and the security man says, no, this gate only allows Golden Circle. Then the event rep would say, no, allow the Golden Circle, which the yellow people go. So there was even among the organizers and the team members, there was miscommunication among who uses this route, and there wasn't direct, clear lines as to, okay, everybody who is general admission, you are using gate 1. Everybody who is Golden Circle, yellow, you are using gate 2. So that was also another problem. So at a point in time, the security men and the reps at the various checkpoints were even arguing and fighting among themselves.
Okay.
And another issue also was, you know,
I mean, in reference to this, right?
With the ticketing thing, you know, when you are supposed to receive the email, the digital team that were in charge of that, from their end, they were getting feedback that Jason had received the email. Meanwhile, Jason had not received the email. And I think that was the reason why there were delays to respond to the ticketing issue. Because they thought they've done their work. Because the feedback was like, oh, Jason had received his email, Eddie had received the email. But meanwhile, Eddie had not received the email. So I think that was another major issue that took them a little bit back. Because by the time they would realize to release a press.
So it seems like from the get-go there were a lot of problems.
And a solution. They could have just even looked at an SMS option, where instead of sending emails, you can do a bulk SMS and structure and personalize in a way that everybody
partner with the
it's even cheaper.
You know they had no partnership with any telcos. Because for a stadium show that you were looking forward to fill the stadium,
you even need to get
the 40,000 capacity. And outside the 40,000, they wanted to make use of the pitch tours, which the pitch could take like close to 10,000. That means you were expecting 50,000 people.
Plus.
Jason.
Wasn't it half the stadium they were using?
No, they wanted to use the whole stadium. So the stage was around stage.
So if you look at the stage and how it was set up, it was done in a 4-way.
So Wizkid would have been able to perform. I mean, the artists would have been able to perform.
So the stage was done in a 4-way. I wish we had the pictures, those pictures to show. It was done in a 4-way where it meant that if I'm in the middle, I can go to east, west, south, and north.
I mean, this show had everything to be like a very once in a lifetime sort of experience. Okay, so we have John Claude online. He's been joining us. He works with events, organizers, with artists, you know, PR, and he does a lot. He brings a lot of artists to Ghana too. Spoken to him a couple of times, and we just want to pick his brain on what actually went on, how we can learn from it, you know, who's at fault, and how do we correct these problems? Because we're all creators, right? John Claude, hello. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, we're trying to.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear. How you doing, man?
I'm okay, bro.
Nice one. So we have to dive straight into it. Were you at the event? Were you there?
Yeah.
Hello? Were you at the event?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so I was just saying before you joined us, right? When these things happen, as much as people are blaming and attacking Wizkid, he's not the only one who's involved in an event like this, just like any other artist. There are event organizers. Sometimes you have third parties, contractors, you know, lighting and all these things, little stuff go into play. Now, the thing is, we're looking at the organization first before we get to Wiz not being able to perform. And like I said earlier on, he's not the only one who's not been able to perform at a show. Recently, for example, Celine Dion, health issues. She said she won't be able to perform at her upcoming shows. Because Daniel, for whatever reason, recently he couldn't perform. People were saying it was because of the image, because he didn't have some clothes and stuff. It seems like people... Some reasons are more excusable than others, let me say. Now, for this event, per the organization, my brothers here were saying, you know, ticketing was a problem, emails weren't sent on time, where people were supposed to stand and sit were issues. Per what you saw, per the organization, what was actually the problem, man?
Well, first of all, let me say a very big good afternoon to your viewers and my other colleagues in the studio. So basically, I had a bit of a challenge getting onto the event ground because, like they said, there were problems with the ticketing, the scanning, as well as ushering people to their various places they are supposed to be. And one thing I also realized was like the organization and everything was superb. Like they didn't go wrong with that. But as to why our brother didn't show up, which is Wizkid, we are yet to find out. Even though he has issued a press statement apologizing to the fans and everybody who is supposed to be apologized to. But yeah, it's really unfortunate. Something of this sort had to happen because I don't really know what went wrong, but that's the reality on the ground.
Okay, what was your biggest issue with the whole event from the get-go? I mean, looking in as a fan, what was your biggest issue?
Okay, well, entering.
Wow.
Because, I mean, I had to go like 360, like, when you get here, you'll be told to go here, to go to the next gate. When you get there, you'll be asked to return. I mean, it was... I was moving in circles, basically. And when I got in, I actually didn't even go in with a ticket because I was told the ticket was done, like, it's finished. So the only thing they can do is for me to, like, enter, but then, like... the rest is up to me. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So during Jackie's performance, then I had to leave because I was beginning to get uncomfortable because I don't want the case where I'll be heckled for reasons I can't explain. Even though, like, I had an agreement with the people at the gate, you know, we had an understanding. But the security, I wouldn't know how to explain myself to them. You know.
Why was there a problem too with the security?
You know, with the security, they are just there to make sure like you have the right requirement to enter. So randomly you can be checked, like, where's your ticket? You know, and when I don't have that band, it will be very difficult to even buy water.
Yeah. Okay. The thing that baffles me is, you know, for an event like this, if from the get-go, from ticketing to emails, you know, someone like my brother there saying that he didn't even know where to stand, he was going in circles, it would have been very difficult for the show to have carried on the way we would have wanted it to, because this from the start. Now, everyone has chimed in, you know, with what has gone on. And Olele, he works with 3 Music, right? He's tweeted a couple of stuff. Like, he had a long list of tweets, but I'm just going to read just a few stuff. And I just want to see what your guys' take on what he said was. Again, he said, loads of VIP and Golden Circle ticket holders were mixed up. Carried on to say, others ended up at the platinum ends and enjoyed benefits ahead of those who actually paid. Wow, interesting, for that experience. I'm talking people who had paid thousands of dollars not getting a table or even a seat. Interesting. For some of these areas where you could get a service as free as getting bottles, drinks, and water. It didn't happen. People had to pay again for these same things that were originally part of the package. Carried on to say, this I would hold Live Hub accountable heavily on organization, orientation, and communication with the kind of target they were looking to achieve in selling an experience rather than any mere music concert. This was unfortunate. Carried on to say, the delay in confirmation emails and fans having to prove that they had paid for accredited event passes for crew was stressful and tiring, although it was resolved at the end. So the thing is, even though they tried to resolve some things, it was quite stressful. Per you guys being there, do you agree with what he said? Like, did these things happen?
I think that totally we agree. Yes.
Yeah, I actually had a chance to speak to him at the VIP section. Everything that everybody is saying is true. Like, nobody would like to go to these events and be excited to go through this struggle that everybody went through. It's just that we currently, the Ghanaian patron now has seen the Global Citizen Festival.
And that's the standard that everybody wants to
and that's the standard, and everybody knows what is supposed to be done and what not to be done. When you look at what happened at Tidal Reef, Ghanaians also had to lament about this. So for me, I think aside the ticketing, there were a lot of issues with regard to even the ushers. It looked like they didn't know what they were doing. I was asking myself, I wanted to get to the VIP section, which my tickets allowed me to get access to anywhere. So I was like, and they're like, no, now I cannot go again. I could go hours later and earlier. And I'm like, how?
And even just one thing, I think that one thing also we need to, and we are media people, there were no tags necessarily for the media.
As compared to the Global Season, where I had a tag with my picture on
and
it.
all that. There were no tags for media people. So what they said is that they were giving us the yellow golden circle tags wristbands, and those ones were for media houses, so you can go anywhere. But now, got a point, they said we can't go to certain places, which was also another issue.
Okay, so something very interesting to me came up, and this was, from Adam, our very own Adam, right? Even before the emails coming through and the pricing and the gates and stuff, which I hope is going to be looked at for probably another event next time, the pricing of the tickets, the target market, the location, because this is a stadium event. Now, the general admission was about 300 CDs.
They reduced it
to even 200. One time it was,
they reduced it
to 200. You could get,
VIP was 650. The golden circle was and platinum were around 3,200 and beyond Ghana CDs. Now, Adam posted something very interesting, which I want to read. Every market has its dynamics, and organizers need to understand every market they're operating and the economy of the market. Carried on to say they need to understand that their patrons are not living in an island and not affected by economic shocks. What's going on, right? It seemed very weird, the pricing of the tickets. Now, from what he was saying, do you guys think the tickets were overpriced?
Yeah, overpriced. So with regards to the golden circles, I think it was okay.
But what was the golden circle?
The ones with the table reservation.
So, so that's also another problem. The golden circles, per their definition, was people who were going to stand around the main stage. Platinum people were people who were going to be sitting up there on the black with the drinks and all that. The VIP was supposed to also be on the other side of the stage, and the golden circle people were supposed to be the people who are close to the stage.
I saw Jackie appeared.
Do you get it? Yes, I saw Echo House, Beryl.
I saw Cheddar.
Yeah,
Cheddar was there.
Yeah,
I saw a video of him.
Auntie B, Beryl,
Harold,
they were all Obi and Ponsa. They were all in the golden circle. Lumens, Kalije. I was all in the golden circle with them. We all standing there. But at a point in time, I even had a VIP tag up, but when I was going to there, they said, now I can't move there because that place is filled up. So what it meant is that people who had general admission were even at VIP.
And they were buying stuff because there were services. There were
drinks, there were mini bars.
So we were ordering stuff. I was there with Damien. We were ordering stuff and we were still living the golden circle life.
We were still living there.
We were still living the golden circle life, because you could order stuff.
But let's to be realistic. I think that, and we are putting this at the doorstep of the organizers. And just like you read from Adam, the market research wasn't done properly in terms of the fact that you need to, there's a course I did, community management, where you need to understand the people you are with and what they need.
Even with the market you work with at that time.
At that time, you need to, because even the people who were in the auditorium, they were selling food for 50 cedis and water like overpriced. I mean, not even in the main stadium, out in the stadium in the foyer there, people had overpriced everything from kebab to food to water to everything was overpriced. So I think that it was more like a business pocket making venture for someone who didn't understand what was happening, because and you see most of the people who went, eventually the issue is that you now started giving free tickets to students, saying that you are sponsoring tickets for students free of charge.
Wow. So Jason, now let's put this thing in context. So there's been a lot of events at Accra Sports Stadium, and there's been a lot of artists here in Ghana who has played shows at Accra Sports Stadium. We've had the S concert, we've had the Tigo live. Tigo had a concert some time back. Yeah. We've also had another event, GT Bank last year. We've also had Cardi B live in Ghana by Live Sport and the EIB network. So there's been a series of events. The question is, Live Hub, do you go back to check what they did wrong and what they did right? The S concert is so far the one that was very, very successful. Followed by GT. And even with that, it happened in the year 2014, 2015. Yeah. The question is, how much did they sell their tickets? It was 10 CD, 20 CDs. Yes. What were their way of promotion?
The promotion. Marketing.
What they did was, they were using artists with the S name, Samini, Stoneboy, Sarkodie, Shatawale. And even with that, what did they do? These are people who have their core fans. Yeah. When you go to Nima, it's Shatawale, Colleague, and give them tickets. Shatawale. They even had to go the extreme end of getting vans to make announcements across their community bases. Yeah. So when you go to Ashama, there's somebody making announcements, telling people that, oh,
some were even bussed to the
exactly. There were bus allocation for people to come. There's no way you can do a show at the Accra Sports Stadium and one, be selling tickets around this price and expect the place to be full.
Yeah, as much as you are banking on how big the artists are.
You can't just...
And even just, speaking of artists, I think that let me be very realistic about something here. I think that the artists who were built, yes, they were friends of Wizkid, but these artists are not your regular artists who can move people to want to come to the independent.
So when we get back, we're going to go for a quick break. Now, when we get back, we're going to look at the artists. I mean, Wizkid not being there, you know, a lot of fans wanted to see him. And, I mean, from what we said, if we're just going to focus on, you know, the event, the organization, the ticketing, we take more than hours, you know, because it seems like those miscommunication, promotion.
With the artists that came on the stage, the performance was one-sided.
Quick break. We'll be right back.
Years of explosive performances by the leader of the movement, a culture, a nation, Beam Nation. Burnsville Music presents the ultimate African Caribbean link-up, the Grand Arena, Friday, 23rd December, the 6th edition of the annual Beam concert with Stoneboy and the legendary Busy Signal. VIP tickets going now for 500 Ghana cedis and 200 Ghana cedis regular. Visit beamconcerts.com. Dial *365*2022# or call 0501 550 000 for VVIP table reservations. 23rd December, the Grand Arena, 7 p.m. prompt. Burn it on Beam Nation to the world.
Can you come over? Right now, loneliness taking.
Okay, now we don't have too much time. I've sat here and I've said before that, you know, I'm in a blessed position because, you know, as much as I'm behind the scenes, you know, talking to pundits and, you know, what's going on in the industry, I also talk to or relate to artists and stuff because I make music, right? And sometimes the things I talk to them about, it's two very different angles that I get to experience, right? So I'm very, very blessed. At the same time, when an event happens like this, I'm always put in a very dicey situation because as much as I'm behind the scenes, I understand what artists go through when it comes to event, when you're performing and the crowd is not moving as much, when you go to a show, you know, and you're not put on the time you're supposed to be there, and all these things, you know. Okay, so this is just to say now, this event happens, we've understood, or we understand now that the event organizers, there was a very big problem in ticketing, communication with the fans, even communication amongst themselves, positioning of the fans even in the venue. We've understood this, right? Now to the artists on the show, Wizkid couldn't be there, King Promise couldn't be there, and per what RTBs couldn't be there, and per what you guys even told me, even the artists who were there didn't have the best experience in terms of the performance. I just want to find out if it's sometimes understandable as to why artists don't go to these shows if they're not for example, if the place is not as packed. Okay, we don't know if Wizkid didn't go there because the stadium wasn't packed, right? Now, he's actually released an apology, and King Promise too, and I'm going to read this out. Wizkid said, the caption was, "Love you, Ghana." He said this on Twitter, and I know Wizkid loves Ghana so much. He said, "Ghana is a country I hold so dear to my heart. First and foremost, I want to apologize to my fans. Y'all know I would never do anything without a serious reasoning behind it. My brand is something I don't joke with. I sincerely apologize to everyone who made the effort to come out to me last night. I was charged up, looking forward to doing the show. However," very important here, "please understand that every decision I made coincided with honoring my fans and would only make a drastic decision like this because it was the right thing to do and I had to. Unfortunately, up until the day of the show, there continued to be safety and production issues that prevented me from putting on a high-quality show that my fans deserve. My team and myself are working on delivering a show to my amazing fans in Ghana. It will be just us, me and you, date and details soon." Let me just add what Kim Promise said because he couldn't perform too. "Performing for my fans is my topmost priority. I don't take the love and support you show for me for granted. What I will never do is to compromise your safety no matter how much I'm paid for a show. It's your unflinching support that makes me who I am. I profusely apologize for last night's mishap. I promise to make it up to you really, really soon. God bless you and keep you safe. Love you." Now, Live Nation also released a statement which I have to read. You know, it's only fair. They said, "Dear Live Hub Nation, Wizkid breached his contractual obligation last night." Breached, right? "We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience caused. We will issue full refunds to all who paid for tickets. Full refunds." He said, "You can please send your barcode to the livehubnation@gmail.com. Thank you, per management." Now that's a lot to unpack. We don't have too much time. Now, per what Wizkid said, per what Kim Promise said, there was a reason they couldn't be there. That specific reason they didn't state. Live Hub Nation have also said they breached the contract. Kim Promise said no matter how much he's paid, he thinks about security and all these
things. So he felt the security there was bad. So the question is, the fans of that. So the thing is, the fans of Ifia, the fans of
the thing is, they've not been specific.
No, but you see,
as to why they couldn't be there.
But they couldn't. But you see, no, he said no. Okay. Jason, let's be realistic here.
Yeah.
He made it clear in the statement, and from what we all read, that the safety of his fans was security was
but nobody died.
But my point is that even to be honest, in general terms, security and safety at the venue was, well, yes, I mean, there can be a few hitches here and there, but it was one of the best.
Yeah,
because I saw the police arrest more than 10, 20 people who were trying to do things because there was heavy security presence there. So I did not get the
Okay, now Wizkid said, unfortunately, up until the day of the show, so these were things he was experiencing, right? There continued to be safety and production issues that prevented me from putting on a high-quality show.
So hold on. Fine. If it's safety, I will not understand. If it's production, yes, we can agree. But he got to
Ghana. Check.
Yes, he got to Ghana the day on I think the night before.
The night before, he did sound check.
And he did sound check during the day.
Before the sound check, I think a lot of people were asked down. They did the sound check around 8 p.m.
Yes. So at what point in time?
But I got an intel from a security guy who works there that Wizkid did sound check.
Yes. So at what point in time does he because when his set was done, he was the only artist going to perform with a live band. And this is just another issue.
Told you Friday.
This is another issue I need to clarify to our audience. People, every artist was told to play with a DJ or nothing else. And so this people may not know this, but Efia's performance was a recorded rehearsal that she did, and it was played. So what it means that Efia did a rehearsal on Friday with a band, live band, and the band they played and recorded. And so Efia didn't come with the DJ; she came with the live band recording. So she just had to sing and mime
along to what she had already performed, right?
Every other person who came had a DJ. So iPhone DJ Utu Mensah was there for.
But you know, the thing is, Wicked could have still had soundcheck and not have been happy.
But see, Jason, my problem is that let's even assume that in all its entirety, Wizkid was right there and said there were issues and all that. People, yes, Kim Promise and R2Bs. R2Bs has not even released a statement.
As for them, I knew they won't release a statement.
Yes.
I knew.
Let's even assume that they didn't.
They won't.
My problem is that
they don't care about us.
What stopped Kim Promise?
R2Bs don't care about us. This
So
thing, they
what
know it. They don't do media interviews. They don't do anything.
No, see,
they don't care about fans. That's R2Bs.
Oh, but they don't care about fans.
They don't care if they care about fans. Look,
you see, my point
is that I'm coming here. Quick one. There's an issue. The whole country is talking about it, which involve you, Kim Promise, and Wizkid. These two people have released a press statement explaining to us as to whether it's true or false. They've come out to say
what is
R2B saying. If you really care about your fans, I'm expecting you to put out a communication and telling us about the reason why you couldn't
the next
perform.
moment we see
really care about your fans.
in a video on a flight, private jet with them flying out of the country. Going to Benin.
And I've seen the video.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this, right? As much as I've also sat here and said that we have obligations to the fans, which is very true. I stand by this all the time. Can we accept that per organization of an event, if an artist is not happy with what's going on, even though he's been paid, because contracts are very long, they have a ground to stand on as to not perform? Because I remember when Chris Brown was coming to Ghana, I was probably the first on, I think one of my first tweets, I was literally in the stadium and it was empty. He had people come on there and they were checking the safe, they were literally hitting the grounds to see if it was safe, because Chris Brown moves around a lot, right? So if then, hours to his show, they check and they're like, he could perform and fall, he could break a leg. That's the cash cow, that's how they make money. And Chris Brown doesn't perform as much as his fans are expecting him. Is that understandable?
Yes.
That's what I want to know. Because, and I'm asking this because everyone is attacking Wizkid. You know, he's the face of the show. Oh, he didn't perform. Why didn't he perform? I've seen videos. I saw a couple of girls saying stuff. Again, attacking and bashing Wizkid. But it's a whole set. So, as you guys have handled artists and worked with artists before, Eddie, is that understandable? Jason, and I know fans won't be happy if that's a yes.
I think that it's understandable that artists at a point in time can decline. I mean, Sitawale did it last few months ago when he went for an event and he told him he was supposed to go for interviews and he said that wasn't part of his agreement and all that. He was tired. So I think that is understandable. Yes, artists have that right and all that to do what they're supposed to do, especially if they feel their life is threatened or they feel that something could happen to them at any point in time.
And this is something we don't even know.
And this is something we don't know. We are assuming. But I'm saying that the underlying factor is that an artist, and you, everybody, even me, if you go to a place where you're not feeling comfortable, you have every single right in the laws of the land to move away or to not do what you're supposed to do. However, what I'm saying is that it had to take Live Hub to release a statement. It had to take other things to happen before we heard from Wizkid, because we saw him, videos of him that evening having fun at other clubs and all that. So I'm saying that at that point in time, is he saying that his life wasn't in danger or his safety and security was not in
No, I mean, Eddie, it could be, but he could still go out.
I get that. I'm saying that I think that sometimes, yes, we are humans, and he's a brand. But I feel that once in a while, we need to look at the social contract we have with people, especially with your fans. Because then people have paid thousands of dollars and CDs to come and see you. So even if you come and you just even do one song and you leave, that is understandable.
I understand that. Prudent, what do you think about Live Hub saying that he's breached their contract? Because that's a very deep. That's you don't just put a statement out like that to say a brand like Wizkid has actually breached. I mean, I think going forward, this might lead to a back and forth per the law. What do you think about them putting out this statement?
Oh, they had to be very emphatical. And then one thing that you also have to acknowledge them is that these contracts that these artists sign, there are obligations, and you understand. And then looking at the kind of bashment they receive, Live Hub has received within the last 48 hours, they definitely have to put something like that out. Because if Wizkid has breached the contract, he has breached the contract. And even Wizkid's posture is very, very bad. You are not coming to our event, you are out there chilling. You understand? You are seeing videos.
That's actually what the problem is.
You are leaving the country, you did a video, we saw you departing from the Kutuka International
with
Airport.
Kim Promise and
it's so senseless and so immature. For me, I felt like a Wizkid, like a brand, make this one discreet. Let's not know when you are leaving or what. But you were rubbing it in our face that, oh, I came to your country, you paid for expensive ticket to watch me. I didn't show up. I'm leaving the country. I have fun. I'm leaving too. They had this tape that they were shouting in the plane. And as for Nick Gregor, I hope Promised Land people show up.
Yeah, I was telling this
because for Kim Promise, a lot of things I saw was they're calling him follow back artists.
Kim Promise has had issues with Sadiq. Issues and
all with Wonderland he was unable to perform. Secondly, with Kim Promise, I'm like, Kim Promise, Akufa performed. You are saying safety, security.
If you performed. Jackie performed.
So
Joey B performed.
I have a big look. Kim Promise is somebody I love.
Kelvin Boy performed,
but Kelvin Boy performed with so much energy.
Kelvin Boy performed. Yes, Kelvin Boy performed.
So much excitement.
The DWP Academy were there, dancing all across. Afro Ziggy.
Yeah.
And his squad was all there dancing across. So I don't get. Otumensa, one of the DJs, like he was there with them playing. So that's why I don't get a connection. And it's even more insulting that we saw them on a plane leaving the country together to go for another event. And
I guess
it's even more sad because then you have an event coming up as an artist, and you keep on speaking about support from Ghana, from your Ghanaian media house. And if we do this, then how do we support you?
I guess, obviously everyone has a part to play in what went on. Hopefully these things can be corrected, because as much as what went on, we also, are artists and are organizers, and we want to learn from these mistakes. So I'm sure this conversation is going to go on for a while. It's not going to end today.
Especially because of a lot of things.
Yeah, we're going to see what goes on. And the only way we're going to see what goes on more so is per what statements are released moving forward. Unfortunately, by the music in the background, we have to leave. Guys, thank you so much for coming through. Award-winning team. Thank you guys so much for voting for us. We appreciate it. We're going to bring you the best. As always, see you tomorrow, 3 to 4 p.m. Salute.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest Broken Pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.